Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, guys. Come on in, come on in. I am just gonna wait for our audience to build up. I am super excited to be able to go live with you today and talk to you guys all about house hacking and what it is. This is super excited. Get excited. Come on in here. So yeah, we're just gonna wait a little bit. I don't have any music for you because I am actually showing a property here in B-More. It's completely empty and I don't have my laptop. So don't got any music for you. But I do have a lot of, and yeah, so let me see how this works here because I want to be able, y'all know I like talking with my hands. Let's see this. Okay, no, I'm going to have to hold the camera with this selfie stick because there's no place for me to set this down. But thank you for joining me. I see that people are signing on and I'm just gonna get right into it, guys. If you got some comments about real estate, leave it down in the comment box and then I'll answer it, okay? But I wanted to talk to you all about house hacking, right? I literally just finished a walkthrough with my clients because they will be closing on their new property tomorrow. And it's a beautiful property here in Baltimore. Here's the first thing. If you want to become a real estate investor or you want to build wealth using real estate, you're going to have to learn how to trust your own intuition and how to do your own research, because a lot of people are like, oh my God, why would somebody, want to buy rental property in Baltimore? Like, Baltimore is kind of sketchy. I'm not saying Baltimore is or isn't sketchy, but what I am saying is that buying and holding real estate as rental properties is one of the sure ways to build financial freedom, okay? So this is going to bring me into the topic of today, which is house hacking, all right? Just so you know, when you have a government-backed loan, like a FHA loan or a VA loan, right? Technically, you can't rent those properties out if you are not living in the property. So that is what house hacking is all about. Giving someone the opportunity to utilize the low entry point of 3.5% for a FHA loan as a down payment. And I'm typically talking about FHA loan because the VA loan, thank you for your service to all of our veterans. You guys don't pay a down payment, all right? But if someone wants to buy an investment property and house hack it, okay, using an FHA loan, house hacking means you're gonna have to live in the property, right? So for example, my clients today will be closing tomorrow on a fourplex. We found a beautiful, completely renovated, and I've shared some pictures in my stories of their property, guys. Completely renovated, 4 units, right? Utilizing an FHA loan, right? Because he's going to live in one of those units, okay? And you can purchase a multifamily using an FHA loan so long as you live in one of the properties, all right? So for example, you buy a building that has 4 apartments, right? That's what a fourplex is. You live in one and you rent out the other 3. That's precisely how you get to live mortgage free, because the other 3 units will be paying the mortgage on your entire property. And if you're like, okay, Vicki, but we don't have fourplexes, like that just all around the DMV, and I'm not trying to move to Baltimore. That's fine. You don't have to move to Baltimore. You can house hack your house, right? You buy a house using an FHA loan, so you're only putting down 3.5% for down payment. You could either rent out your basement or you can rent out every room and you just use one room, all right? Legally, you are allowed to rent out, your bedrooms or whatever you want, as long as that property is your primary resident, okay? I hope that you guys are following what I'm saying. I know that a lot of people have been, getting into real estate investing, and some people are not really trying to do the whole flipping and all these things like that. So if you have yet to buy a home and you are thinking about buying a house and you want to live mortgage free, this is how you do it. House hacking, right? You can look for fourplex, look for duplexes, look for triplexes, 2 unit, 3 unit, 4 unit, okay? They're out here. Baltimore is changing. I used to be super sketchy and skeptical about Baltimore, but since I've been out here, I'm like, yo, they really cleaning up the block. Like, for real, there are programs that are coming in and renovating all of the whole block, you know what I mean? And then putting them up for sale or renting them back out to the community, guys. It's a lot of dope stuff happening in real estate. So if you want to be able to get started and you don't have 20% to put down with the conventional, because that's typically what you would have to use to do an investment, is a conventional loan, which means you're going to need at least 20%. This is how we house hack it. And I will put a link to a page on Instagram. It's a whole page called House Hacking. All right. And they go more in depth about what it is and how you do it, guys. But I'm telling you, this is your year to do it big. If I would have known more about this when I purchased my house, I probably would have purchased a fourplex, hands down, right? Hands down. If I could have found like the type of property that we found for my client, for myself, he's never going to have to pay his mortgage. He's going to always have tenants paying his mortgage, building wealth for him. I don't want to sound like a broken record, guys, but this is why real estate, you can never lose in real estate, because people are always going to need a place to live. You could either be the tenant or the landlord. You choose, okay? You choose. And I gave y'all an example before, back when I was paying $1,850 in rent and I lived in that house for 5 years. I paid off $120,000 in that 5 years on my landlord's mortgage. There was another family that was renting it from him before me that also lived there 5 years. So they paid another $120,000. And then when he went to sell the house, he pretty much made all his money back, okay? That's how we build wealth in real estate, guys. So get in my DM if you got any more questions, anything that you want to know about real estate. Interest rates are still super low. So that's great news, and they are projected to stay super low well until the end of 2021. For my sellers, home prices continue to go up as there is still more buyers than sellers in the market. But like I tell all my sellers, you want to make sure that the condition of your home is good. And we also must price it correctly, guys, for you to get top dollar. You would much rather want to price your home properly and have multiple bids to get the price up than try to price your home up because you hear it's a seller's market and then nobody comes look at your house, because they can all do a market analysis and see, right, that you're overpriced. So don't be that seller, all right? You want to price your house properly from the beginning, all right? Take away from this video, what is house hacking? House hacking is allowing you to use a FHA loan so that you only have to put down 3.5%, all right? And then the property is your primary residence, okay? And you can get up to a fourplex, right? You live in one and you rent out the other 3. If you buy a single family home, let's say you buy a 4-bedroom house, you rent out 3 houses and you rent out your basement and you live in the master bedroom, mortgage free. Got that? All right. So if you have any more questions, guys, put them in the comment box, put them in my DM, Have a wonderful day. If you haven't taken some time to do some Black history research, I challenge you to go back in my on my page and read about Madam Henrietta Lacks. Okay, I'm in B-More, and she was actually in Johns Hopkins Hospital when they say that it was a procedure that they were doing to help her with her cervical cancer, but in real life, they stole tissue from her cervix and started all these different science experiments, and her cells, were like the immortal cells, and led to all types of treatment for HIV and cancer. And I was watching one video where they're still using her cells. So they have been able to multiply her cells. We are 65 years from the day that woman, 31 years old, went into a hospital for help, and she died, and they stole her organs and her tissues. Okay, guys, that's the gritty truth of what happens in America when you're poor and Black. So look out for your family, ask questions when you're in the doctor's office, and just study about our rich history, right? She's like the mother of science. Her organs were the foundation to many experiments and treatments that we use to this day, 65 years later. That's mega, okay? That's mega. It makes me feel, good, not really good. I'm not gonna lie. That story does make me feel sad because, we want to be able to trust the doctors, right? But it is what it is. But study some Black history, big up yourself and hold your head up. And hey, the real estate market is still hot. It may be competitive. It may be a little bit harder if you're a buyer and you don't have closing costs, because sellers aren't really giving out closing costs. You need North Carolina info. I can connect you with the realtor in North Carolina, but yeah, just get in the market, do some research, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and post that house hacking page from IG here in the comment box so that you can educate yourself. And if you decide that you wanna be a real estate investor or you wanna buy your first property, give me a call. Y'all know I'm licensed in DC, Maryland, and Virginia, ready to serve. Have an awesome Wednesday. All right, guys, bye-bye.